What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on? So, you guys, I'm back, looking look good. And um if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. I gotta pick this up. I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't know if it's because I've been kind of tired lately. I literally woke up 2 minutes before this review, 2 minutes before the episode came on. But anyway, the episode was cute, but I guess they're building up to some stuff. You know, you can tell where my fucking thing was. Anyway, Brad and what's his name? Randall. Okay, let's just get into it. Randall, you had the nerve to call the cops to get in your feelings and all that stuff. The paramedics is there, and I'm surprised he was a little bit disrespectful to her, but not as much as I would expect him to be. One thing that I can't stand is the way people talk to people who are there to give out customer service. Yes, you do have some rude customer service representative, but if I am there to help you, why are you giving me all this attitude? Especially when it's helping, save your life or patch you up or something like that. You need to look for something. Don't be rude because that's not going to get it any faster. I will fuck your shit up, okay? Just for you doing that. Um, so he was like, she just trying to tell him, if you feel any pain like you said you was doing, you need to go to the hospital. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you, damn. I was like, oh, okay, Randall, you is a rude bitch, all right? People just trying to help your punk ass out. Then when the cops show up, the cops is Lucia and Stevens, and of course he all up in his feelings because he like, I want the real police. And he once again is being rude as fuck. He being rude as hell to Stevens, talking about some, write it down. Write it down. You heard what I said. Were you not listening? This motherfucker pushed me off the ladder and all this stuff. Of course, he's gonna conveniently leave out the stuff that led up to it. All right, because that's Randall. He wants to play the victim because he got hurt in his shenanigans. So Lucian goes over there to talk to Brad. Stevens, didn't write shit down. Stevens playing the game. He don't know Randall like that. And Lucian didn't even have to give him the fucking background. But he know that back his partner up and he know that he already full of shit just from the way they look. I was like, see that Eddie right there, that's a fucking partnership, okay? They didn't even have to communicate with one another to get the gist of what the fuck was going on. Moving on from that, Brad is in there talking to Lucian about what happened and all this stuff. And Lucian is like, did you really do this? He said, yeah. He said, let me tell you something. Say no, because if you say yes, then I'm going to have to go ahead and arrest you. And I don't want to do that stuff. What the hell is this? Bitch, this the floodlight. This is the motion camera that he had pointed directly at my house. That's how he knew when me and my wife was getting out of here. Okay? And it was like, well, it's not technically really not illegal that he can do this, but it's kind of fucked up. But y'all need to stop this shit. Y'all need to put this shit aside and just cut that shit, okay? Cut it, bitch. I told y'all, Lucian is just Lucian is really tired, okay? Lucian really needs to go to sleep, and he needs to wake up in another neighborhood that is less drama filled. I know he will be glad as fuck when this assignment is over with because he is tired of being super saver hoe. And in the process, they go over there talking to bring Brad out there, talking to Randall about the whole situation, and of course it solves absolutely nothing. Here comes Eddie pulling up to Brad's place, get out his truck with no clothes on. So the first place that you decided to go to was Brad's place. I mean, you could have went to, because he was scared to go back home to his wife. Now let's get this together, because somebody was like, they thought that Esperanza was like a side chick or whatever. No, Eddie and Esperanza were married at one point. They got divorced. That's how she kept the house, okay? And because his name is on the deed and all that stuff, you know how he's controlling this shit. So of course he gonna put his name on the deed. That's why he feels like he can come in and go anytime he wants because he's paying the money on there or his name is still on there. So that's where the control issue is. They divorced. She got the house in the divorce, but the fact of the matter is they were still fucking around when he went and got married to the white bitch. He got married to the white girl because of money and all that stuff. All right. Um, he's just a hoe. And Esperanza ain't no better because she was fucking around with a married man too, okay? And now that you see how much of an asshole this bitch is and he won't leave you alone, you want to get in your feelings about it. But girl, okay. So moving on from that, Brad was like, get your dumb ass in the house. And this is where, if I actually like Brad, I don't like him anymore because I feel as though he's a weak bitch. And I'm going to tell you why. Not weak in the sense that he's not, he won't put up a fight or whatever. He's a weak bitch in the sense that he won't protect his fucking home from his own friends. And the people that, how do you have someone like Eddie around you? I don't care if you came up in the army, the military, the Navy, was a ranger, all this stuff. Fuck all of that, okay? You will not disrespect me in my home. You would not disrespect. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. And I don't care if that's your family or whatever. Y'all don't get along like that. So you don't come in my house. You don't come in my area. You don't come around me. And you do not speak the way that you speak about my wife to me in front of me. You do not say certain things being racist and all this stuff, talking about black baby and calling him beige and all this shit and just, saying Brad called him out on some racist stuff that he was saying. He was like, "You sounding racist." I said, "Brad, he ain't sounding racist. The motherfucker is racist, okay?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you talk about racist. I put a whole bunch of stuff on my Facebook. The hood, get them riled up over that." And I'm sitting here like, Brad, you can see he frustrated, but it's like, what is the loyalty that you owe to this man? Because he has done nothing for you but cause you drama, and he's an asshole. Alex come in, like I said, he called a baby beige. He up here, you saying all this negative shit, and he's not even asking for clothes from Brad. He's not asking for shoes. He's not asking for money. He went and just said, "Give me that, give me that. I can't go out here barefoot. Give me some shoes. I know you got some shoes. You got some cash or something you can loan me or whatever, credit card." And what Brad do? Give it to him. Bitch, what? After you just insulted the bitch, give me my shit back. First of all, no, it just wouldn't happen. Alex come in, he calling her all type of whores and stuff. Granted, I'm not even gonna call Alex a fucking hoe because she only fucked around on Brad with one person, okay? And my definition of a hoe is it's multiple people, and you doing that shit probably for money or for other shit. I don't know, but it's multiple people. That's what your vagina got mouths on it, okay? The only people that we know she fucked was Randall and Brad. I don't think that's a hoe. I think that's fucked up and adulterous and shit. But Addie, you can't call a bitch a whore because you the main hoe up in the goddamn house, okay? Because if you want to call Alex a hoe, you can call Brad a hoe because Brad was fucking Marcy too, okay? If you want to go by that logic. But you the one that fuck prostitutes, okay? You fuck everybody and anybody. And you married. You married, boo. And I'm just sitting here like, if you don't shut the fuck up, Alex, you sitting there taking this shit, talking about something, if you ever put a gun in my face again, you gonna know what's up and all this shit. I'm like, you and your idle thefts do not do anything to Eddie. Let that shit go. I know you're trying to be big and bad because your man was just standing back there letting him talk to you any type of way he wants to. And I could say, I'm thinking maybe it's because he still feel away. But even before that, he still let before all this shit came out, he still let Eddie talk to her any type of fucking way. And I was like, that's fucked up. But it just wouldn't be me. How do y'all feel about that situation? Would you be friend? I couldn't be friends with somebody who has negative views of everything and who is a racist. I could not do it. Just like I just can't. I can't. That's just ain't my life. But Brad, once Eddie leaves, Brad is talking about, because he did tell him about, Esperanza trying to kill his ass. And at that same time, Lucian got a fucking call saying that, shots was fired in the neighborhood. So they had to go over there to Esperanza's house. He was like, "Are you sure this is the house? Are you sure?" It was like, hell yeah, the neighbors called in, said they heard the shots and all this stuff. It was like, this house? Stevenson was like, "Who house is this?" "Girl, it's Esperanza." Stevenson in that car like, "Oh, okay, let's go." I said, "Bitch, I peeped the shit last week, okay?" Stevens wants Esperanza, and we'll get into that in a minute. Esperanza, you just giving your shit out all free and shit. So I know Julius hit that shit right off the back too, huh? Because you let Stevens get it. We'll get there in a minute. But, Yeah, back to Brad and Alex. Brad just told her, it's apparently not illegal for what he's been doing, shining the light and the motion camera. Um, and they was just having a conversation about everything that was going on. So she brings up the fact, he asked, the baby started crying. And Brad is trying because she was like, "Oh, so you got clothes here?" He was like, "Yeah, I got clothes here." I said, "Oh, okay." Every time that baby started crying or something happened, he looks at it and he get this vacant look like it's a reminder of what's happening. Okay, what went down? This is not my child. She did cheat on me with that fuck boy across the street, right next door to us. And so when all this happened, he was like, "Look, girl, you gonna put the baby up, but before that, what the doctor say?" She was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you about it when I go put him down. Okay, let me go get him something to eat." I said, "Oh, so we gonna avoid the fact that the doctor said she ain't had shit to do with this, okay?" She said, "Girl, you ain't finna put my reputation on the line." I don't know if I mentioned that last week, but bitch, doctor, she said, "I ain't switched shit. All right, you can believe it all you want to, girl, but I ain't switched shit." I don't believe she switched anything. I think it was the lab who switched it by accident because Randall is the child. Because Alex knows that Randall is the child. That's the only other man that she fucked with. I don't feel like she was fucking around just with random black men and stuff like that. No, but she fucked up by telling Randall ass that stupid bitch. You know, um, moving on from that, Marcy, she's talking to Larry, trying to get all this stuff happening. We already know Randall don't want to meet up with Larry, but Marcy really wants him to try to reach out to Randall because of this whole baby situation. She wants this divorce to get going. She don't want to tell Randall. Bitch, let me tell you something. Marcy dumb. All right. I know, client, you know, privilege, confidentiality and stuff like that. I don't trust Larry because Larry already flipped it, let it slip that y'all was finna get a divorce to Randall, okay, and that he was representing you, when all he was supposed to say was, "Let's meet for drinks and let me get where your head at," and try to give him some advice and stuff. He let it slip a little bit too soon on the on the phone, given how he know how Randall is. Bitch, he know he crazy as fuck, okay? They reminiscing like, I mean, we was cool, we was roommates, but that nigga, he was crazy, okay? We already know. We know how he was. I was like, "Oh, so you knew this shit. So why would you tell him? Because you crazy, you stupid." And her thing was, let me tell you something, okay? If it's gonna, stay between us, all right. So I'm pregnant, and he the daddy, and I don't want him to have custody. So I want to sue for, I want to get sole custody and divorce. She was like, "Well, if you didn't want him to know, why would you tell him that you pregnant? I mean, it'll be fucked up, but I get it." She's like, "Girl, I might as well just go ahead and leave this whole state or whatever." And was like, "Do you really want to do that?" "No, because my business is here." I said, Marcy, make up your fucking mind, okay? I would have been gone. Let him do what the fuck it is that he want to do and not take my shit somewhere else, okay? Fuck to another goddamn continent. If you want to follow me there, bitch, I put a hit out on his ass, okay? Girl, what the fuck? It's just so many scenarios and different variables involved, but you can get out of this. Don't trust the lawyer. The lawyer actually gets Larry on the phone because I think Randall called Larry because he wanted to sue Brad and them, right then and there. And he was like, "Are you still representing Marcy?" He was like, "Yeah." It was like, "Well, I ain't coming to meet you nowhere." I said, "This childish motherfucker." First you said, "Okay, we can meet up for drinks." Then when you realized that he's still gonna represent Marcy in the divorce, you said no. I said, "Boy, if you don't suck that shit up and get the fuck on, all right? You started all this shit. Now take it like the fucking bitch." Well, that's how you doing it, but I take it. I was about to say something else, call myself, because I said, "Girl, that's exactly how he is, taking it like the bitch that he is." Okay, you know. Moving on from there, let's just get to this Kelly situation. Kelly and Natalie, they still over at Natalie's place and they talking about everything that's going on. She had to call her job and tell her what happened. They real conservative. They look down on certain things, okay? I'm not surprised given the area that they're in. And you know, Natalie was like, "Girl, did you really have to tell them all that?" And he was like, "Yes, I do," before they find out and all this stuff. And I said, "Okay, I get you. Yeah. It's better for you to tell them what's going on than to get hearsay, get secondhand, and, shit be twisted and all that stuff." She had to get the stuff figured out with Justice in his school, putting Travis on the no-go list. Bitch, if you see this motherfucker up here, you call the cops immediately, okay? That's what the fuck you do. Um, she get a call. Travis is on the phone, but he don't say nothing. All right. Then the phone rings again, and Natalie was like, "Bitch, let me take care of this. Look here, you motherfucker. Don't you ever call this phone." Oh, hello? Oh, okay, okay, okay. It's for you, bitch. And basically, it was them telling her that she can come back into her place. And she was just going through the motions because she said, according to her, because I didn't see the difference, but I guess, they tossed the place up, which usually sometimes happen when they be all up in the crime scenes and shit like that. But whatever. She and her feelings about that, they gonna figure that out. She said, she can't keep going through this shit. That motherfucker gotta pay. I said, oh, so now you coming to your senses, Kelly? Did you get the it took you all this time. It took a murder charge for this, okay? But whatever. Moving on from that, back to the Lucien and Stevenson going to Esperanza Place, and it was like, what happened? Okay, it was like, well, that motherfucker came home, and I come into my house, and he is in my shower. So therefore, I was protecting myself. I said, well, to be quite honest, that is kind of self-defense. You didn't give him permission to come into your house, and he just popped up in your house before you even got there. You could have been like, well, shit, I didn't know he was in there. I thought it was a burglar. Oh, so that could have been the excuse. So what wound up happening is Lucien is telling her, you could have took your ass to jail. You could have shot him. You could have killed him. Esperanza said, you're not hearing me. That was the whole intent, okay? It was like, let me tell you something. You need to chill the fuck out because you could have had one of those bullets hit somebody that was outside, that wasn't even involved, a straight bullet and all that stuff. And it was like, I'm trying to get away from this motherfucker, okay? What y'all ain't doing nothing to help me. And see, that's what a lot of people do be feeling in these domestic situations. They do be calling and shit don't really change. Like, call the cops, and all this stuff. But motherfuckers just be crazy as hell and don't give a fuck about the cops, okay? Um, at this point, Stevens was like, you gonna patch them hoes up. She was like, yeah, I gotta have this shit done before her baby get back home and all that stuff. Stevens look at, cause he talking about something. Oh, it's easy. Get a little bit of water, get a little bit of mud, put the little stuff up in there. I said, bro, what you trying to do? I said, Stevens, you looking for a reason to stay? I said, bitch, game peep game, ho. You better go ahead, cause she gonna let you hit anyway. I'm sorry to have to put it like that, but y'all already knew. You already knew. She wasn't finna turn down nothing. Okay, turn down for what? Not for her. Okay, shit. Pussy was purring. Anyway, so Lucia said, I'm finna go to lunch. You can fix this shit all you want to, but it ain't finna be me. Mind you, they still on the clock. Okay? So they go get the materials. They patch it up. He was like, now all you gotta do is put some paint on it. Now Esperanza is outside of her work clothes. Mind you, her work clothes is already tight and revealing enough. Okay? Now you got the little booty cutters on and all this stuff. And she's on the ladder and he's looking behind her. The ass is up there. I said, you like that little ass? Okay. I guess little booties do matters a little bit, depending on the right person. So she was like, go get the paint over there. He go get the paint and he deliberately brushes it up against her so it can fall on him to give him a reason to take his shirt off. And I was just sitting here like, wait a minute, Esperanza, you said you could salvage all of this. Okay. How you gonna get paint off of that? Throw them clothes away and go buy him something else, all right? But whatever. He take his shirt off and all this stuff. I said, oh, Native American tattoos. Are you Native? Or this is just because you felt like it was nice? You had like 3 of them. I want to know the backstory. We in a certain type of climate these days. My mind just peaked up. But anyway, since this is peaking, like, what's the background? You 135th? That's what it is? Or this is just because you like the symbolism of it? Fuck out of here. But anyway, so she was like, go ahead and get your ass in the shower. They was about to he was like, she said, go take your pants off so I can go ahead and get the stuff done. And he was like, on my pants. So I guess he pitched the tent. And she was like, oh. And it was like, I mean, I'm sorry, but you was on the ladder, your ass was out. So what am I supposed to do? I'm a full-blooded grown-ass man, bitch. I mean, booty, pussy, titties. Little girl, like, woman, you look good, bitch. So what I'm gonna do? Okay, you better be glad. That's a compliment. I said, that's a compliment. That's also sexual harassment. You can get it confused, okay? So don't do that, but y'all playing this game so y'all on the same page. So we got that cleared up. She was like, nigga, go ahead. Turn yourself off and go get in the shower. I said, why don't you turn him off? fix it, Esperanza. You know that's gonna happen. He come out the shower dingling, nuts and berries just ding. I said, wow, that is fucked up. Put some clothes on, okay? They up there talking about who turned who on, who called who sexy. I said, Esperanza, now you know what it is, okay? You think I'm sexy? His dick is out in your house, okay? Uh, you think he's sexy? Hell yeah, you do. You saw the tent. So of course you want to jump on it. And they was doing this little weird foreplay. And she was like, you know what? Stop it. You're gonna have to move the fuck back, okay? Look, I ain't got time for this. And he jumped on her. It just looked like he just pounced her. And I said, is that how you do foreplay? Because that wasn't smooth at all right? I know, you play like you don't want it, but you really do. So you're like, nah, stop. Stop it. And then you give in. That's what it was supposed to be like. But he just took it too far, too quick. It went too quick. It was sloppy. It was sloppy. I said, is he trying to take her stuff without her saying it? But then I looked and I was like, oh, she's enjoying it, so it's consensual. Okay, so we good. Great. Okay. I said, go ahead and get it in. Next thing you know, before they can really get it in, which confused me on the preview for next week because Eddie popped up. Eddie was looking in the window. Bitch, she already tried to kill your ass and you gonna come the fuck back. Eddie is looking in the window. He busts in the door. Eddie, you can't get pissed off, okay? First of all, you ain't her man. Second of all, the only reason why he really got pissed off is because he can't stand Stevens. That's it. But Esperanza was telling Natalie in the preview for next week's episode that him and Stevens and her had amazing sex. And I said, well, from what we saw, y'all was literally just in the beginning of it, and no dinglings came out yet, because all we saw was his purple drawers. So where did the sex happen? I'm confused. Did Eddie leave after he beat up Stevens and then he come back and y'all continue what was I got questions. But anyway, if loving you was wrong, that's the episode. Let me go look at American Horror Story, y'all. Peace.